Ladies and gentlemen, welcome out. It is the final week of the regular season here at NCP Nimbus Season 3. It's been a run. It has been a run. Let me tell you, if you would have told me 1, 2, 3 weeks in that we'd be looking at playing our Week 12 match with a chance at getting in the playoffs, I don't think I would have believed you. Quite frankly, I respect and love all of you, but I don't think I would have believed you at any. I would not have taken that comment at face value. I'd been like, oh, okay, thanks. Bye. Leave a like. I would not have done any of that. So we're here today with the finale of the season. And if I believe, depending on the outcome of this match, the week one, this match, the winner of this week's match, if I win, I am confirmed locked in for playoffs. I believe. If I lose, let me just double check the website here really quickly. If I lose, I believe I still have a chance at winning, depending on how the remainder of the team heads out. We are currently out of 11 matches played. We are the 6th seed overall. 6-5 plus 5. Right above us is last week's opponent, Matt O'Shea, which if you guys missed the battle for last week, there is some higher power that says you need to make playoffs because we did not deserve that win in any way, shape, or form, and we pulled it out. It was insane. Go check it out. I believe, I don't know how locked in these are because I'm looking at everybody's. There's 12 matches played, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 12, 12, 11, 12, 11, 11. So it looks like a majority of the coaches have already played their matches. We're looking at... I want to say unless we absolutely get slaughtered this match, which we could absolutely get just ham-boned this match. I think we're making it to playoffs. So there will be, if we do make playoffs, there will be a week off. So there will not be an upload for that Saturday following for Draft League content, but the week after, if we do make playoffs, will be round 1 of the playoffs. And as of right now, let me check. As of right now, we are actually going up against the Vegas Golden Corviknights in the playoffs, week 1, if we do end up making it. And there are the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the finals. There'll be 3 weeks of playoffs afterwards. We're going to keep trying our best, and I think we've got the 6 this week that are going to take us all the way to the top and then some. So if you guys are excited 3 minutes into this video, show some love on the like button down below. Of course, if you guys are new, feel free to subscribe for more Draft League content. We are finalizing up maybe even potentially 2 draft leagues this summer. We're going to see how insane my schedule ends up getting, but 1 to 2 draft leagues this summer because the DLC is right around the corner. By the time you guys are watching this, hopefully there is something out, but until then there is not. So we are going up against Root and the New Jersey Brobats. The team that my opponent has is I really am a big fan. I feel like every time I look at an opponent's team, I'm always a big fan of it, but I'm a really big fan of this team. If you guys want to skip right on ahead to the battle, you guys will see some text floating somewhere on the screen in post-production, letting you guys know when to go to. And of course, we're going to go full face cam. If you guys have not yet, pick up some merch. We do have new merch coming on the way, not just Detroit Stealing stuff, but maybe some Detroit Stealing stuff down the line later this year. But we do have some Detroit Stealing stuff right now. Pick it up for the playoffs and pick it up for the 2 summer leagues. And also keep your eye out for new merchandise coming soon. But all that being said, thank you guys again for your ongoing support during this league. It has been fun times, and hopefully we're taking it all the way to the top. So you guys are going to start to see the teams appear on screen right about now. My opponent's team consists of Dragapult, Sylveon, Arcanine, Copperajah, Milotic, Rhydon, Dubwool, Raichu, Eldegoss, and Malamar. Some things to note about his team: he has 2 really fast Pokemon in the form of Dragapult and Raichu, and then after that it is base 95 with Arcanine, and then below, everything else is below that. After Arcanine is Dubwool at base 88 if he's running max speed Dubwool. But some other things to note about my opponent's team: he only has 2 Stealth Rockers in the form of Copperajah and Rhydon. He has a Rapid Spinner in the form of Eldegoss, no other hazard removal on the team, a Wish and Heal Bell user in the form of Sylveon, and Aromatherapy user in the form of Eldegoss, and he's got no grounded poison type. So you guys already know how I feel about that. So you guys already should know how I feel like starting off this week's matchup. First up, out the gate, we are bringing Bouquet the Roserade. She is rocking the Black Sludge with the Natural Cure ability. Toxic Spikes, Sludge Bomb, Shadow Ball, and Giga Drain. 28 EVs in HP, 4 in defense, 252 EVs in special attack, 4 in special defense, 220 in speed with a modest nature. With the 220 speed with a modest nature, we are outpacing everything we naturally can outpace. That is Malamar, Eldegoss, not double. I don't think he'll run max speed double. I truly don't. If double does show up, I don't think it's max speed. So I anticipate we'll outspeed double. Rhydon, again, we are not outpacing a max speed Milotic. I don't think he's running max speed Milotic to try to speed creep my Roserade, but we outpace naturally bulky Milotic. Copperajah, bulky Arcanine, uninvested. If he is an offensive Arcanine, we do not outspeed that, unfortunately. And then we also outpace Sylveon. So that is something to note there. 28 EVs and HP give us an odd number of HP in case we do need to switch in on Stealth Rocks on either one of his Pokemon that feel like setting them up. 4 in defense, 4 in special defense, so your EVs don't go to waste. And 252 at the Modest Nature gives us the most bang for our buck. I like Roserade a lot this week, and I wanted her to stay around in the game as long as I could, which is why I didn't want to run Life Orb. Plus, we're already hitting things really disgustingly hard as is without a Life Orb. So I would rather stay in long. I'd rather be around longer to toss off big hits than take the extra damage that I might need to consider back with recovery, with Stealth Rocks, with am I going to Giga Drain here? Am I going to make a move? I'd rather have a little bit more of that recovery with Black Sludge this week, especially because our Dual Stab does incredible to his team along with our coverage move. Toxic Spikes are great. Again, he only has 1 Rapid Spinner, 1 form of hazard removal in Eldegoss. I don't think Eldegoss is coming, quite frankly. It might. I don't know. But because of that, Toxic Spikes are going to be really, really nice to set up early game, late game, mid game, whenever, just to kind of get that little extra chip damage on everything. Sludge Bomb hits Sylveon, Sludge Bomb hits Arcanine, Sludge Bomb hits Milotic, Sludge Bomb hits Double, Raichu, Eldegoss, and the Malamar. Giga Drain is there. Giga Drain hits Milotic, Giga Drain hits Rhydon, what it needs to hit. And then Shadow Ball is there for the Dragapult, just to make sure we can hit it with just a little bit harder damage. In case we do end up living a hit. That thing is so scary. That thing is so scary. So we're going to have to play around with that and kind of see what we want to do. We do have my answer for Dragapult this week is actually going to be Plague the Toxapex. Plague is coming out strong. Black Sludge Regenerator ability. Shocker, I know. Knockoff, Scald, Recover, and Baneful Bunker. We're going to try his physical attackers really get threatened by a lot of our moves. So things like Arcanine don't want to take Scald. Arcanine don't want no Scald. Arcanine doesn't want to take a Scald. Copperajah doesn't want to get Scald burned. Rhydon doesn't want to stay in on a Scald. So we do have Baneful Bunker on here. I'm sorry. Black Sludge Regenerator, Knockoff, Scald, Recover, Baneful Bunker. 252 EVs in HP, 60 EVs in defense, 196 in special defense with a bold nature. With that spread, we are 3-hit KO'd by Scarf, Modest, Dragapult. So if he does bring like the standard Scarf Modest set that's running on like Smogon ladders, we're 3-hit KO'd by that. We've got a lot of bulk. If he is Life Orb Dragapult, like the physical set, we don't really want to take those hits, but we can take one, go for a knockoff for some big boy damage, Baneful Bunker for some poison damage if he's a physical type, things like that. With that, knockoff is really nice for removing items all over, leftovers on Sylveon, leftover helmet, whatever it is, banned on Arcanine. Same thing with Copperajah. If Milotic switches in on this thing and we can get the knockoff before the Flame Orb, that's really nice because then T-Spikes are doing more damage than Flame Orb. Knocking off Rhydon's Eviolite, leftovers on Double, a Specs or a Life Orb on Raichu, I'd anticipate. Anything on Eldegoss or Malamar really is nice. And then if it isn't, if something has heavy duty boots or I don't have Toxic Spikes up yet, Scald Burns are always very, very nice to get, except for on Milotic. So recover just there for the recoverability, and then again, of course, Regenerator and Black Sludge do help us out, gives us a little bit more skin in the game. The next Pokemon we're bringing on the team is somebody that I wanted to bring because if there's only one form of hazard removal and I get Toxic Spikes up, I really want more hazards. So I also kind of wanted a way to deal with Sylveon. Sylveon can be a little bit problematic. And then being able to pass some wishes around to the team is going to be really good. So we are bringing CBAD Bless the Jirachi. They are rocking the leftovers with the Serene Grace ability, Stealth Rock, Iron Head, Wish, and U-Turn. 252 EVs in HP, 116 EVs in special defense, 140 EVs in speed with a careful nature. The 140 EVs in speed without a nature boosting, nature, I should say, allows us again to outspeed we hit the same speed tier as Roserade. So we're outpacing Malamar, we're outpacing Eldegoss, bulky Double, we're outpacing Rhydon, bulky Milotic, Copperajah, bulky Arcanine, Sylveon. We're outpacing everything that we need to. Raichu is going to be faster. We can take those hits naturally based off of our type advantage, and then just being able to take those hits a little bit better. If it does go for a mixed move, Thunderbolt's neutral and things like that. But being able to take those and then doing what Jirachi does best with Iron Head and Serene Grace. You know, it does what it does. Setting up rocks and then passing wishes into Rose Raid, passing wishes into things like Toxapex as well are going to be very beneficial to take those hits. And I think, and rocks are also good. Rocks are really good for breaking any potential sashes. Any chip damage we can get on a lot of these Pokemon is going to be very vital. And then if Arcanine is not heavy duty boots, a good 25% off Arcanine is going to go a long way this matchup, a very long way. We've got a lot of defensive backbone. We've got some special offense. We need a little bit more physical offense on the team. We needed some speed control as well. So we are bringing him below the Diggersby. He is rocking his choice scarf with the huge power ability. U-turn, Earthquake, Knockoff, and Giga freaking Impact. 4 EVs in HP, 252 in attack, 252 in speed with a Jolly nature. With this spread, we are outspeeding Jolly or Timid Dragapult by 1 point and blowing it out of the water with a Knockoff. If it is Colbur Berry, you know, well, let's take a look and see what exactly is going to happen. Yeah, Knockoff Earthquake does, why does Knockoff not do as much? Hello? Oh, that's Dragalge. I was like, hello? What is wrong here? It's like, what? That doesn't make sense. So Knockoff does actually just blow Dragapult straight out of the water 100% of the time. If it does have Colbur Berry or there is some investment on there, even if we see like max HP, max speed, Dragapult for some sort of fast utility, it still has a 12.5% chance to one-shot from full. So if we can get some pre-existing damage off of Toxic Spikes, if we can get some Stealth Rocks up, either of those will be enough chip. After Stealth Rocks, we have an 87.5% chance to OHKO from there. So we are looking good for that. We're faster than everything on the team unless it is a Scarfer that is set to outpace Diggersby. Earthquake is so free in this matchup, it's not even funny. There is no flying type. There is no ground immunity. Earthquake is so free. So being able to spam that is really nice. U-turn is really great for momentum paired with Jirachi as well to kind of put ourselves in an offensive position. And then frankly, Milotic can be pretty problematic. I had Milotic in the WBE. Did my WBE record show that it was like a really good Pokemon to have? No. Do I think Giga Impact can come in and like pick up a KO on something that we really needed to, like a bulky Sylveon or anything like that? Like if Sylveon starts setting up and we need to knock it out, I am clicking Giga Impact so fast. Like right here, let me see. Sylveon, Wish Support. If we end up doing a max defensive, yeah. Sylveon max defense is taking 71 to 83, and that's max with a bold nature. If it's just the standard spread, Giga Impact blows it out of the water. If it's like the special defense wish set that is in the ladder. So being able to do tremendous damage to that, picking off Arcanine in one hit. Of course, Earthquake should do that anyways, unless it's like Air Balloon. They're really like Body Slam just wasn't cutting it for like against some of these other Pokemon. So if it is a 1v1 Diggersby versus Milotic, anything he can take a Body Slam, I'm gonna click Giga Impact and blow that snake's back. So far, it's just gone. It's just absolutely gone. So that is the plan for Diggersby. That is our speed control this week. The next Pokemon we have on the team, we've got a little bit more physical pressure, a little bit more defensive pressure, and a little bit more special defensive wall on our team. We're bringing Where's My Hug to him on top. He's making his way back. He's got his Vestie on, and he has the Intimidate ability. Intimidate is really good this week, paired with the Assault Vest, of course, as well. With that, we also have Rapid Spin, Close Combat, Fake Out, and Sucker Punch. 252 EVs in HP, 40 in attack, 212 in defense with an Adamant nature. I count this thing for a reason, and one of these days I'll remember to keep my sets posted. I have notes on absolutely everything else. With this, we are getting a nice after rocks. We are getting a 2-hit KO with Sucker Punch on Dragapult, which is really, really nice. And Specs Dragapult, let's see here. Specs Dragapult has a chance to 2-hit KO us with Draco Meteor. So being able to Sucker Punch twice into that thing is going to be really, really nice. Close combat spam is really awesome as well. Being able to remove any of those rocks for our team are going to be very nice. And then Fake Out as well for some last minute chip damage that we do need on anything can be pretty crucial. Other than that, we're here to take hits, we're here to dish hits, and we're going to blow Camparaja right on Arcanine, things like that out of the water with our moves. And again, Intimidate support is just very, very nice to have overall. Fake Out does, I forgot to say, Fake Out pairing with Toxic Spikes and any other pre-existing status conditions we get do give us just a little bit more oomph. So Assault Vest being able to Wish Pass from Jirachi is also really, really nice as well. And then the last Pokemon that we do have on the team, it was a toss-up, really. Rotom was talked about because it helps out with Milotic. But Rotom, I just don't know. I wasn't feeling Rotom this week. He's got Rhydon, and there's no hidden powers, so we can't really hit Rhydon. Raichu's right there as well. Like an AV Raichu set would just like sit in front of that thing all day. Dragapult resist, Sylvia, it just like without a nasty plot or something, Rotom was just wasn't doing it. So we're bringing Sub-Zero, the Alolan Ninetales. He is coming as a fast utility with some offensive pressure with the Light Clay ability, or Light Clay, Snow Warning ability, Aurora Veil, Foul Play, Heal Bell, and Freeze Dry. 100 EVs in HP, 4 in defense, 252 in special attack, 4 in special defense, 148 in speed with a timid nature. Now, this set may seem weird, and I'm going to kind of talk my way through it. First off, we have the Light Clay paired with the Aurora Veil, so that way we get a full 7 turns of Veil. He can bring Brick Break on some Pokemon, and he can also bring Infiltrator, Malamar, and Dragapult as well. That is something to keep in mind. 100 EVs in HP gives us the most amount of HP while having an odd number, so we can switch in on rocks just enough times to toss up an Aurora Veil. 4 in defense, 4 in special defense. 252 in special attack gives us the most possible damage output without running a modest nature. And then 148 in speed with a timid nature allows us to outpace Arcanine. So we are actually outpacing base 95 and below. We do not naturally outspeed Raichu or Dragapult. So we are outpacing everything else. Now, I've ran Blizzard like every week. Every week. This is not the week for Blizzard. He has a lot of Pokemon that can come in and tank Blizzards. Ninetales is not here to be offensive in any means. Ninetales is here to be the support. Ninetales sets up Veil. Ninetales can Heal Bell as well. I mean, Will-O-Wisp, Arcanine, Thunderwave, Will-O-Wisp, Toxic, Dragapult, Toxic on half these Pokemon that could come out. Thunderwave, Paralysis with Raichu, any sort of like Stun Spore move that Eldegoss can get, anything like that, starts to cripple our team down and wear us down. So we do have Heal Bell on Ninetales to help out with that, especially if something like Diggersby comes in and Dragapult Will-O-Wisp it, or Arcanine Will-O-Wisp or something on a switch, like there's a play or something, I don't know. We're bringing the Heal Bell. Jirachi as well. Jirachi, as soon as Jirachi gets Will-O-Wisp, our Iron Head, our chances of doing the Jirachi flinch with Iron Head is not happening anymore. So being able to Heal Bell that away is nice. Freeze Dry is good. The Pokemon that are weak to ice, it still hits. So it hits the Dragapult for a 2-hit KO. It hits the Rhydon. It hits the Eldegoss. And then it hits Milotic for super effective damage, which is what I really, really wanted. I wanted a way to be able to still help out Milotic just in case things like Roserade aren't around, in case it's out of range of Giga Impact from Diggersby, things of that like that. And then the last move was a toss-up. We talked about doing Dark Pulse. I wanted a way to not be walled by Arcanine and Copperajah, because otherwise those things switch in on me every time, and then that's just the freest whatever offensive move they want to go for. I have to hope Toxapex takes a hit or Hitmontop takes a hit. With that, we do have Foul Play. Foul Play takes into consideration the target's attack stat and damage calculation. Arcanine has 110 base attack. Copperajah has base 130 attack. Dragapult has 120 attack. So Freeze Dry is still hitting Dragapult easier, but if he does switch around or things like that, we do have the Foul Play. It is a 3-hit KO on offensive Arcanine and Copperajah, which is really, really nice, because otherwise we were not hitting those things for nothing. We had to run Choice Specs Dark Pulse just to have a move to hit either of those Pokemon. So being able to run Foul Play, having the freedom to switch up our moves is really, really nice. And again, outpacing everything except for Raichu and Dragapult is also really good, because that means we get an Aurora Veil up that much quicker. So I am a little nervous for this matchup, quite frankly, because this is a pretty, I don't know if it's playoff dependent just yet, but I think it is. So I'm going to play like it is, and we're going to let the cards fall where they may. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the team builder down below. I am going to cut to the battle, and I'll see you guys there. We are here with our week 12 matchup in NCP Nimbus Season 3. The Detroit Steel Wings are taking on Route 8100 and the New Jersey Brobats. If you guys missed the team builder, you guys see the 6 that I'm bringing right there. We've got Toxic Spike 3 attack, Black Sludge Roserade, Mixed Defense Toxapex, Specially Defensive Stealth Rock Wish Jirachi, Scarf Diggersby, AV Hitmontop, and Veil Support Alolan Ninetales. You guys see the 6 that I think he's bringing over there. Dragapult, Arcanine, Milotic, Sylveon, Raichu, and Eldegoss. Don't forget, pick up some merch while supplies last. If we win this matchup, we are locked in for playoffs, and if we lose this match, we still have a chance, but I'm going to play like it matters, because it does. And we are going to press A at the starting signal. Leave a like if you guys are excited. Let's see the 6 that my opponent is bringing right now. They are bringing here Raichu, Dragapult, no Arcanine, but instead we see Copperajah. That is good to note. Let me switch that up here on the layout. And then we do see Eldegoss, no Raichu, but we see Malamar. So Malamar is going to be good. We don't see any hazard. Oh, we do see. I was about to say we don't see hazard removal. We do see that on there. So let me change this up. No Arcanine, but instead we do see Copper and then no Raichu, but instead we do see the Malamar. So I really do enjoy leading off with my Diggersby and just kind of clicking moves right there. I do also like rocks aren't really that beneficial for us this matchup. I think leading off with Diggersby is going to be my play here. Will you turn out and hit something hard, or we Earthquake and hit something hard? One of the two. One of the two. Let's go on ahead and light her up, and let's see what we want to do. So, Copper is more than likely going to have the Sheer Force ability, I would anticipate. Milotic, looking at this team, I feel like Milotic and Sylveon are going to be the defensive core there, but it could be competitive. I'm going to assume it is Marvel Scale. Sylveon has Pixelate. Oh, and he only let off with 2 Pokemon. So, and they are leading off with the Dragapult. Cool. All right. So we are going to restart and just do same leads, and we will be right back. All right, we are now back. And I'm sorry about that. We just had it in the team. It didn't look to be the same. I kept the Milotic on the roster. There's no Milotic. It's Raichu. So we're going to change that here really quickly. We're going to change that really quickly. Boom. Okay, cool. So we know that we can live a Draco Meteor and things like that. I am just going to click knockoff right here. We're going to get some big boy damage off on something or remove an item. He withdraws, so I do not anticipate him to be choice locked in any way as Eldegoss comes out. And we are going to see, I anticipate this to be Cotton Down. We're going to get some big boy damage off and remove this thing's leftovers. And it's actually not Cotton Down, interestingly enough. It is probably going to be Regenerator. So let us switch out here. And let's go out into Roserade. That was a very interesting turn of events. We started the battle, and then I saw the team again, and I was like, wait a minute, that was a Raichu. That was a Milotic at first. And he's like, no. So I had to stop the recording, go back and check. So it was in fact a Raichu. So Raichu has Lightning Rod. I would anticipate Dragapult has Infiltrator. I would assume it has Infiltrator. Copper has Sheer Force. Raichu, Sylveon has Pixelate. Eldegoss is going to have Regenerator since we did not get smacked by that thing. So we'll go out into Roserade here. I don't know if this thing gets U-turn. A Leech Seed. So good play on our part here. A Sludge Bomb is going to come off, and that is going to go hard into the Copper slot. I do like my Toxic Spikes right here, so I'm just going to set up a layer. As a Sludge Bomb, he should be fearing a Sludge Bomb. Offensively, I could have gone for a Shadow Ball to hit in the Copper, but I feel like long term going for a Toxic Spike on this thing, it is gonna warrant that he can go for a Rapid Spin to spin away the Toxic Spikes at some point. Here comes Raj Royale, which is the Copper. So that is fine by me. I'm gonna get my Toxic Spikes up here. I think Hitmontop is gonna be my best bet to switch in on this thing, especially if he's just gonna go for rocks as well. So let's just go for that. We'll switch in. We'll get the Intimidate off. Like I said, I do think he could be offensive, which means we get this Intimidate off, and that helps us take it just a little bit better. But I think that he would take an opportunity to go for rocks here, if anything. If anything. Unfortunately, if we try to spin in front of this thing and he goes Dragapult, that blocks us. And then if he's like sub DD, that's annoying for Sucker Punch Hitmontop. So we got to play that pretty carefully. I think if he goes hard out into Dragapult on my Hitmontop, I think we need to just go Toxapex and play it safe until we understand what type of set he is. And we'll see what type of attack he wants to go for right here. Here's the Intimidate. Perfect. We're going to see a Heavy Slam. We're going to see Iron Head. All right, so he is Sheer Force. That is so much damage. Even through an Intimidate. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. Is that banded? Oh no. That hurt so bad. That hurt so bad. Hitmontop against Copper. There's no way. That's got to be banded. Wow. Okay. I'm just going to click close combat here. If he stays in to try to two-shot me, he withdraws. That's fine. Wow. Goes on to Eldegard, which is going to be the... it is the regenerator right there. That's fine. We do get a Toxic Spice off on that, so we are going to get a little bit of damage here, and it's going to take a close combat, too. So that's going to be some nice damage. Ooh, very solid damage. Very, very solid damage. Now, we know we can take another hit from Caparajah after that. Toxic Spikes are doing good there. I'm going to go right back out into Roserade on the Leech Seed or Grass move or otherwise. Could just Rapid Spin, too. Could just go for a Rapid Spin. Here's the Rapid Spin. That's fine. And he crits me with Rapid Spin. So, Sludge Bomb could be the play here. Now, I could Shadow Ball for neutral damage against that Caparajah, which I think is a fine play, especially since we've already got a Toxic Spike off on this thing. I do value my Toxic Spikes. I'm going to go for another Toxic Spike. I don't think he stays in. If he goes, he does stay in, actually. Bring another Toxic Spike off. We're faster than this thing, even at +1. And he's just going to keep Rapid Spinning. That's fine. That is very, very fine. After a certain point, though, he's going to be faster than me, like right now. And I am just going to go for another... he can regen. Do I think he'd switch out for the regen? Yeah. How much am I doing a Caparajah with a Shadow Ball, actually? Caparajah. Shadow Ball is doing 28 to 33. That's not good at all. I'm just going to Shadow Ball here for damage. I could also have made the super aggressive play and go Diggersby on a switch. As here comes Raj Royale. All right, and we are going to get some good damage off on that. I am curious what we are taking from Choice Band Ironhead from Caparajah. Jirachi takes that pretty well. I am actually going to switch out into Jirachi now. I want to make sure I'm calcing that right. Heavy Metal. I didn't calc Sheer Force. Almost switched out into Hitmontop as well. All right, let's see. That's Heavy Metal. I need Sheer Force. Ironhead's doing 35 to 42, so Jirachi still takes. Zen Headbutt, even better. Even better. All right, we're going to get our leftovers here. I'm just clicking U-turn, quite frankly. He's locked in. He is locked in. I am just going to click U-turn. Zen Headbutt's a great coverage move against my team, actually, looking at it. If he's... Ooh, actually, if he stays in. Oh, he does stay in. Interesting. Okay. So I think I'm going to lose Hitmontop here, which is not good. Let's go out into Hitmontop. Let's do that. I don't think he's got Choice Band Rock, so I don't think we need Hitmontop too much to intimidate. Oh, he's not banded. He just hits like a truck. He is Life Orb. Wow. That just hits like a truck. Ironhead, Zen Headbutt, Heat Crash. Now, what I want to do here, honestly, is just... I'm just going to close combat whatever's coming in. We've seen Heat Crash as well. Great play. Great play. Wow. Okay. So you've seen that now. Ironhead over Heavy Slam. I guess it does more for the Life Orb Sheer Force side of things. He withdraws. And goes back on to Edelgard, which is going to be the gosh diggity darn U. And I'm going to close combat this thing. I think I can close combat this for a 2-hit KO. What's your base speed? 60? And Hitmontop is base 70. So I think I can just get a free... I think I can just take this thing out as well. Right now, I will close combat again. I will close combat until someone wants to take me out. And then whenever I bring in Roserade again, Roserade is able to toss up a Toxic Spike. So no more pesky. No more pesky Eldegoss. The ground resist is gone. We are going to be able to knock it out. So, him on top, KOs Eldegoss. With close combat. I am -2 on everything, so any priority from his team is going to blow me backwards. We still have the Intimidate, which is nice. Malamar actually is a pretty solid matchup for my opponent. Depending on what he might have, see what he wants to do here. Let's see what he wants to do here. Goes out to Rhea. And Rhea is the Sylveon. Okay, that's fine. I've got a Jirachi right here. I have a Spadef Jirachi that is going to be able to keep this thing around, and we will be good to go. Let's see what Rhea wants to go for. Mystical Fire maybe could pick me off. Mystical Fire is going to be doing a ton. Psyshock, actually. Okay. That is absolutely fine by me, because I'm going to get out my Stealth Rocks now. I'm going to get up my Stealth Rocks now. Now that he has no more Spinner, I'm going to keep these hazards up. And they're just going to provide just a little bit more chip. I was about to say, I U-turned last time, so he might just Mystical Fire me or do something there. Here's the Psyshock again. Interesting. Okay, so I think I should just be able to click Wish now pretty freely. Depending on what wants to come in. I can also U-turn out. I don't know if he's going to keep staying in and clicking Psyshock. Psyspam is really good against my team, especially because I did not bring my Dark type. I'm just going to... I think I Iron Head here. I'll get the Leftovers recovery if he stays in one more time. That's a very aggressive play. There's the withdraw. So I should have U-turned as he goes down to Osmosis J, which is the Raichu. So Raichu's not going to want to take that. Raichu takes the rocks. Raichu's going to take the Iron Head as well. And then that does some big boy damage. That was a crit, so that was in return for the crit Rapid Spin earlier. And then I'm pretty sure I can get a slow U-turn out. I don't see what Raichu wants to do to me. So yeah, I will just go for that. And now it looks like Earthquake spam time from Diggersby. Let's U-turn out of here. We're pretty well set. He could just Volt Switch. In this world, I don't see where I'm faster. So he withdraws. Okay. He withdraws and goes back out into Rhea, which is fine because I'm going to be able to go out into my Sylveon. There's the rocks damage. We will get to see if this thing is Leftovers or maybe the Poison Berry, depending on how he wants to play that out. I will do that. I will go out into Roserade here. Let's see if we see anything. So I'm faster. My Black Sludge goes off first. We do not see a move from my opponent. So Psyshock is more than likely going to hurt and knock me out. Actually, it does not, depending on the investment. I'm going to set up another Toxic Spike here for things like Raichu, Dragapult, and Malamar. There's the Psyshock again. 66 to 79, depending on the investment. Oh, that is a big boy attack right there. No crits. Sylveon KOs Rose with Psyshock. Okay, that is fine by me. I am going to go into... I'm going to go out into Jirachi, and I'm going to click Iron Head on something. Let's see. We've got rocks up. We've got a lot of stomp up right now. I can certainly wish right here. I think just going for Iron Head's the best play. He's been playing a lot like I'm going to go for U-turns and stuff, so he might have just conditioned me a little bit. Goes back out to Osmosis J. So Raichu's going to take the rocks and then the Iron Head damage as well. We might be able to pick off the Raichu here, especially after toxic or poison damage. Looks like Jirachi's going to be able to take out the Raichu. Dragapult could certainly come out here and threaten the heck out of my team. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Specs Shadow Ball actually does not KO me. I think I may stay in against the Dragapult. Iron Head does good damage. So I may think I just get a slow U-turn out just to kind of see what kind of wants to go for. He actually ends up going out into the Caparaja here. I have no problem U-turning out into my Hitmontop. We'll get a little bit more damage. This thing does not get any offensive moves. We do crit the U-turn. Don't know how important that was. But we will be able to go out into our Hitmontop here. Get the Intimidate off, and then I think we just start clicking Earthquake with Jirachi. There's the Heat Crash as well. Heat Crash is going to knock us out. And there's a little bit more of that damage. So I think now is as good a time as any to go out into my Diggersby and start clicking Earthquake. He could sack this. Anything else wants to come in. He does withdraw. And he is going to go out into Rhea, which is the Sylveon. Ooh, Sylveon was probably, in my opinion, like one of the better bets of taking me on here. Because he gets the rocks and the toxic damage. All right, let's see. We're going to get some big boy Earthquake damage off on this. Diggersby knocks out the Sylveon. All right, so it is 4-3 right now. Diggersby is looking really good. Goes up into browser history, which is the Malamar. So I'm curious if this is like Scarf Malamar or not. It's Lumberry, actually. So let's see here. Diggersby Earthquake does 70 to 80. We do not knock it out. So there is a huge superpower coming our way. I think going out into actually, what do I do here? I think I go Jirachi on the superpower. There's the superpower. We do take one, and we're going to be able to go for a U-turn and do some big boy damage. So Malamar at +1 defense. U-turn is doing 41 to 52. So let's see. Let's U-turn damage. Let's get some good damage here. Let's go for it. Something to note, we do live all +1 hits from this thing with 9 sails, so I think we U-turn out into 9 sails here. We're going to get some big boy damage there. Perfect. 4 times effective. Our Jirachi is still around, and we are going to go right out into 9 sails. Let's see what my opponent has that they want to go for. We do got to be careful of the Infiltrator Dragapult. There's Superpower again. We do take a +1 Superpower. Does 63 to 75. We're hanging in there. We are hanging in there, boyo. And now what I want to do is I want to set up. Do I Foul Play to knock this thing out? Freeze Dry does 34 to 40. I think I just Freeze Dry. I'm going to Freeze Dry to make sure I knock out this thing. All right, cool. 9 sails knocks out Malamar. Here comes Fire Emblem. Here comes the Dragapult. So, he's going to take rocks damage, and he's going to get that Toxic Spike as well. So that's going to go a long way, especially with Hail. I do want to, I think I'm just going to click Freeze Dry here, because after enough damage, we start KOing things with Scarf Diggersby. Goes for Scald. Ooh. Interesting play. Interesting play. Dragapult. Drag. KOs. 9 with Scald. Now, that is looking to be in range of Earthquake from Diggersby. That is looking to be in big boy range of Scald from Diggersby, or Earthquake from Diggersby here. I'm just gonna click Earthquake. He's Scarf Scald. He's not. Okay. All right, cool. Diggersby KOs Dragapult. And then I think it's just the Caporaja left, and Diggersby is going to wrap this up, and I think we're keyed in for playoffs here. I think Diggersby is going to wrap this up for me. Perfect. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right, Diggersby knocks out Caporaja with Earthquake, and that is going to be game, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pretty certain. I believe that locks us in for playoffs. So, I'm going to assume for the sake of this recording that locks us into playoffs. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I am so excited that our playoff run pulled out, and we are going to be heading out into week 1 of the playoffs here in a few weeks. So thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, if you guys have enjoyed, show some love on that like button down below. And of course, if you guys are new, feel free to subscribe for more. Don't forget to check out my man Root's channel. Link will be in the description below as always. All that being said, I want to remind you guys to be great and do great. I'll see you all in the next video. Later.